Welcome to the Reddit Chronicles. Today we will be reading from True Off My Chest. Our first post is by Amabel. My 13-year-old son got punched by his girlfriend's dad. I'm so upset right now. I needed to write this to vent. My son is only 13. He has a girlfriend who he met at school. Today he was over at her house. I've met and talked to her mom, but not her father. My son texted me asking me to pick him up. It was earlier than I expected. I went to get him and I was horrified to find him with a bloody nose. My son refused to tell me what happened until we were home. I was cleaning his face and he told me, very hesitantly, what happened. He said that his girlfriend's parents told her to keep her door open. He said she closed it anyway, because you know. He said her dad stormed in, grabbed him and punched him in his face and yelled at him to never disrespect his house or his daughter again. I told my son this is not okay, and that he's never ever going there again. I'm so upset. I can hear my heart beating. There was no reason for this man to attack my son, a child. I texted the mother and she said she's so sorry and embarrassed. I called my husband and sent him a pic of our son's face. I was crying and told him what happened to our son. My husband said, I get it, but he has no right to lay hands on my boy. I'll go over there and see if he's as tough with me as he was with a kid. I asked my husband if that's the best idea. I just don't want him any trouble. He said, of course it is. It's my job to defend my family. He told me to calm down and to let him handle it from here. This is a nightmare as a mother. My son is a little boy and was their guest. Our next post is by Automatic J. My older sister, that went no contact, gave me a harsh reality check. My older sister, F31, we will call her Jessie, went no contact with me and the rest of the family close to 10 years ago. I was 13 when this happened. All I remembered was I came home from school with my other siblings, and both of my parents told me that Jessie was no longer a part of our family, and that she chose Satan over family, and I remember being crushed. I think I cried when they first told me because I felt like she just abandoned me. After that conversation, my parents banned us from speaking about Jessie and removed all photos of her around the house. The months that went on without Jessie, the more I grew to hate her and got angry that she chose Satan over our family. Meanwhile, for me, I stayed very much loyal to my parents. I studied the Bible day and night and was active in my church, just so I could prove to my parents I was not like Jessie. At 16, my parents signed off and I got married to my now husband. Then 6 months after our wedding, I got pregnant with my first child and I had a tough birth. It was an at-home birth, and to put it in simpler terms, I almost died. I lost a lot of blood, and on top of that went into heart failure. I didn't know, but Jessie tried showing up to the hospital, but my parents had security escort her out. Jessie tried to reach out to me numerous times throughout the years, but I always blocked her because I was under the impression she was an apostate. Fast forward to now. I'm 23 and I have 4 daughters. Also recently found out I was pregnant and I went to an eye doctor appointment, and guess who was at the front desk? My older sister Jessie. I was kinda stuck for a moment because a part of me wanted to just hug her and tell her how much I missed her. But I just couldn't given everything I was told about her. She tried to make small talk with me, but I gave her the cold shoulder a bit towards the end of my visit. She gave me a card with her number and told me to please meet up with her to explain her side. After 3 days of going back and forth with myself, I decided to meet up with her for closure initially. She told me she never wanted to leave me, but the church left her no choice. Her ex-husband that she was married to while she was in the church was abusive towards her and was beating the crap out of her, and she begged our minister to be released from marriage, and he didn't allow it. Since she was scared for her and my nephew's life, she left. As awful as it sounds, I did not believe her because her ex-husband got remarried to one of my friends and she has no visible signs of abuse or let alone told me she was getting hurt by him. She then went into how our parents are a part of a cult and how it destroyed our family. I remember I did get angry with her and started calling her apostate and that she was lying to protect herself from sin. She then just lets me have it and says her ex-husband that she was married to while she was in the church was abusive towards her and was beating the crap out of her, and she begged our minister to be released from marriage, and he didn't allow it. Since she was scared for her and my nephew's life, she left. As awful as it sounds, I did not believe her because her ex-husband got remarried to one of my friends and she has no visible signs of abuse or let alone told me she was getting hurt by him. She then went into how our parents are a part of a cult and how it destroyed our family. I remember I did get angry with her and started calling her apostate and that she was lying to protect herself from sin. She then just lets me have it and says, "I've been trying to be nice to you because even if you don't feel like it, you're a victim. You were a child bride that also dropped out of school to become a wife and mother. The only reason why the church is nice to you is because of your daughters, and they don't want to piss you off and lose the girls. If you want to continue to be brainwashed and spineless, be my guest. But if you can't leave for yourself, leave for your daughters." Then she just gets up and leaves. Ever since that conversation, I've been replaying everything I was ever taught in my life and questioning it. I've been Googling, reading Reddit stories, but thinking about the religion I invested so much time into being a complete lie is honestly too hurtful to think about. Especially my husband, is our relationship a lie? Did he groom me? Or was he also a victim of the circumstances of our religion? I have the answer to none of these questions, and I quite honestly don't know if I want to know. Our next post is by Next Door Family. My girlfriend just sent me roses to my workplace and I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, in the break room at my work, and I'm grinning like an idiot, and I don't know what to do with my hands, so I'm typing this out to get rid of all this nervous energy. I work as a mechanic and my boss called me over to the office. I thought I fucked up somehow, but he had a big bouquet of roses on his desk. He told me, "This is for you." I was like, what the heck, but I read the card attached and it said, "Just because, love, girlfriend." My boss laughed at me and told me I had a good one, and to not screw it up. He did say he'd have to give me shit for it, but he's happy for me. Sure enough, the boys on the floor ripped me to shreds once they heard about it. But I didn't care, I was like floating. Now I'm on my break and I can't stop thinking about how much this completely caught me off guard. Can someone please talk me down from going out to buy her a ring after work? Edit. Hey everyone. I'm finally off work and I'm still really flustered, but I think I've calmed down, lol. I don't think I'm gonna get her ring today, but I have to do something. Problem is I don't know what. She deserves absolutely everything, but I can't think of anything that would equal this. I do have an idea of taking her on a last-minute romantic getaway this weekend. Thank you for listening to the Reddit Chronicles. Follow for more content.